arise, daylight and night.
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
In the beginning. There were the rhythms. Rhythms and rim shots of sun. In the beginning.
In the beginning.
In the beginning. There were the rhythms. Rhythms in rain, rivers, and forest that swung. Cinnamon summers into lavender winters. Mother Africa's periods. In the beginning.
In the beginning.
In the beginning. There were the rhythms. Rhythms in hides, horns, happy hearts, and dancing feet. Rhythms in loins of lovers bearing hunters, healers, scholars, warriors, workers, traders, fools, lovers, and drummers. Rhythms rendering silver art. Rhythms beating bronze and gold to treasure. Rhythms in hollow seeds and water reeds moving with muscled mahogany. In the beginning.
In the beginning.
In the beginning. There were the rhythms.
Or will July seeds sprout skyward, maybe an inch?
You know, I was thinking about this group, and I was thinking about, firstly, the name of the group. That was a big thing for me. I was even thinking about fonts and how, the way the logo might look and all these things. And I'd go in the back room, which was kind of like my study, and sit at the desk and work on it. And I had a list of about 10 names. So it was UpSurge. And I even thought of having how it would look with intercap letters, having the U and the S, because it's, US stands for United States, and so,
us.
Yeah,
us,
and
the
us,
people.
Right. So it had a lot, and then there are no I's in UpSurge. It's like two U's. You. So it was hands down. UpSurge was the winner, and then I needed an exclamation point at the end.
UpSurge has been performing since October and has already appeared at a number of local venues.
Hey, 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 take to the streets in protest in the UK. Yes, they use the senile clown to trick with trickle down. Rich gentlemen and ladies, picked out on the 80s, squeeze multiple Mercedes off our aching backs.
Please, everybody, Arnett Turner and UpSurge.
I wrote this poem in 1985 after being laid off from Montgomery Ward. Teamster place, Teamster union that sat on their hands and did nothing while 300 of us lost our jobs. So instead of going to traders and getting the Uzi, I wrote this piece, and I'm still here with you today, instead of being over in Marin County in San Quentin somewhere. So the unemployment question. Licking bitter flaps on unemployment envelopes. Some way under the rainbow lies true hues in bright red, black, and dark blue. On bass, from the Jazz Factory, better known as Berkeley High School, just recently back from the Monterey Jazz Festival, Mr. David Ewell. On drums, also from the Jazz Factory, known as Berkeley High. Back from the Monterey Jazz Festival also, our drummer, Philip Byers. On tenor saxophone, from the Jazz Factory as well. Recently back from the Monterey Jazz Festival, having played with Roy Hargrove. Our tenor saxophonist and musical director, Mr. Damon Bramble. Collectively, we're known as UpSurge.
Two main questions I want to ask you. One has to do with your vocal influences on you doing like unemployment questions and yeah. I wanted to hear about your vocal influence. I think people might be curious about that. And the second one has to do with raising up the kids in the band and what you did about that in terms of grooming them.
We get this gig at Yoshi's, which is the premier jazz club in the Bay Area. That is the
Top
cat's
shelf.
meow as far as the Bay Area goes.
In the beginning, there was the rhythm. Rhythms and hides, horns, happy hearts, and dancing feet. Rhythms and loins of lovers, bearing hunters, healers, scholars, warriors, workers, traders, fools, lovers, and drummers.
Before that, she ran around inside her girl body spirit.
Eyes of our mother, Earth, circle of colors, unbroken. Thank you.
I like that he got his political views into the way he worked it in creatively with the poetry and the music was amazing because I already know his views about certain things politically, but the way they were able to weave that through with the poetry and the music was just utterly amazing. I had never seen it presented that way. It was really quite impressive.
The fact that Raymond, Afro-American, and my daughter Jewish, they're bridging the gap. And it's wonderful to see them continuing and doing something beautiful together. I'm very excited, very proud of both of them.
It's wonderful to see them speak so eloquently in a similar way to Cornel West, but in a very artistic way. It's very moving and it's very original.
And now I see this change and that he's really letting himself go, not only vocally, but also that it's letting it flow through his entire body, and that's really exciting to see that change. She's changed a lot and she's grown a lot, and it's especially it's interesting to me to see that with every performance she gets stronger and she becomes more grounded and centered, and that's before she was a little bit sort of way up on the top of her feet in how she performed, and now it's moving down and it's causing her voice vocally for it to really change so that she's becoming stronger, much stronger vocally.
Well, Raymond is a type of a poet that really brings out a fire inside. You know, he really gets you going.
I really admire Raymond always for having done that, is able to put out the current word, what needs to be heard, and combine it with his art. And so I feel honored to be his apprentice in that way. I'm learning how to do that. And I think I'm learning it pretty well too. So we make a good team now.